Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of Wusta in Oman. Oman is such a new place. It feels like every area is very different, and this is no exception. Lots of Oman is very, very lush or very coastal with beautiful beaches, or there's like big, cool mountains and canyons and hiking and waterfalls, things like that. So many exciting sights, neat islands, desert, all of that. This is one of the deserts. This is, but it translates to like the middle section of Wusta, and it is, to put it bluntly, not as interesting as the rest of Oman. I feel so bad, but let me show you why. Over here you can see we have the Rub al Khali, also known as the Empty Quarter of Saudi Arabia. It is the Arabian Desert, the world's longest expanse of sand. It goes into this area of Oman here, so pretty much everything up here is just sand. Sand and more sand, as far as the eye can see. The further south you go, it gets much more rocky, much less sandy, but there's still just not a lot here. There's some oases areas here and there. There's some little coastal towns, but they're nothing to really write home about, especially compared to the rest of Oman. It's just, there's nothing there. I know I've said that a million times. Doing the AL section of ASMR around the world, but there's nothing there. What is there, very interestingly, you can see here the Al Wusta Wildlife Reserve, also known as the Arabian Oryx Sanctuary. What's interesting about this is that it was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but after the government of Oman shrank the size of it up to 90%, which led to a drastic decline in the numbers of Arabian oryx, UNESCO delisted it. So it's no longer a UNESCO site. I think there's only maybe 2 other places that UNESCO has unlisted from their list of World Heritage Sites, and this is one of them. There's still lots of little oryx running around there, but apparently not as big as it used to be. Lots of kind of different tribes would have lived in the area for a long time, but nothing too earth-shattering in Omani history. The lines were established in 2011, separating it from the Dhofar region down here, which has a ton of history. It's so interesting. It's kind of like this is the historical half of the desert, this is the boring half of the desert. And there's just a lot of nothing here. So let me pull up the Google Earth. Maybe we'll find something. I did find some cool like coastal caves and cool rocks around the coast. Maybe we can find them. I've had some bad luck losing places on Google Earth. Hopefully we can track them down tonight. So let me zoom out so you can see exactly where we are if you're not quite sure where Oman is. It is in the southern area of the Arabian Peninsula. You can see the Indian Ocean's just down here. It's known as the Arabian Sea right here. You've got the Strait of Hormuz heading up there, northern Oman. And then you have Iran just up there. You've got all of Africa down here, India, so on and so forth. That is where we are in the world. So you can see from up here all of this desert region, which is just a big nothing burger. It's just sand. It's still very beautiful, but I can't really show you much, can I? Goes into more rocky territory here where there's even more nothing, down to kind of these coastal cliffs where there's a little bit of something, sort of, kind of. Much more than up there, I suppose, but not much, which is so disappointing because if you know me, you know how much I love Oman. I could talk about Oman all day till the cows come home. So it's so disappointing to have this area of Oman where there's just nothing to show you. But let's see. I found the rocks. There's some really cool rocks here. Which, you know, I'm desperate to talk about and show you things. And I'm like, look at these rocks. Aren't they cool rocks? It's cute. There are some wild ones out here, though. Let's see if we can find them. This is what most of the area looks like. It's just nothing. Look at this. This is like an alien structure on Mars, right? That's wild. Can that be natural? Like, that's not man-made? That's so crazy. They look like huge mushrooms. They look like they're balanced on there. Pretty neat, isn't it? But yeah, that's the majority of what this landscape looks like. It's a bunch of nothing. I think there's more rock pictures down here. Rock parks. Yeah, isn't that wild? That is so beautiful. I'm sure you're like not allowed to touch these things. Look at this sleepy camel. You're probably not even allowed to get close to these rocks without, you know, they don't want you to damage them in any way. But they're pretty cool. Look at that. So is this just like, well, that's neat. Just like the sands and the winds and the sea breeze blowing on these things, making all these shapes. I assume it's pretty beautiful. Let's head down the coast a bit. I think the cool cave I found was kind of over here. Let's see. Let me zoom out a bit more so I can get there faster. Over here somewhere. Oh, here's some cool salt lakes over here. Or what were salt lakes. They're not lakes anymore. Just big old dry salt pans. I saw that on a tourist website. And I'm like, wow. That's cool, I guess. Check out this beach. Oh, Godin Beach. Is there anything here? Got boats. Can go fishing. Avoid entering this site due to instability of the soil. Old boats and new boats. And old camps. And the friends we made along the way, I suppose. Let's see. Is this? Oh, that's pretty. Let's explore. Let's find some cool things to find. Look at the little shack. That looks fun to stay in. Wow, cool shells. I feel like this is one of those, like, you'll know what I mean if you've been to one, like a really smelly beach. One that just smells like when the ocean smells gross, you know, it just smells like old seaweed. Oh, there's a turtle friend. It's just like the water. But like, that's not a bad thing. It's a very distinct smell, you know. It looks like that's what this beach smells like. It smells like a stinky beach. Not like a clean, fresh air kind of beach. It looks like it smells. But like, it smells like the ocean, you know. Let's see. I don't want to go too far because I know this area ends. Like right about here. Yeah, like right there. Are we going to find the caves? Okay, look at this area where the water meets the sand and it mingles all funny. There's some aquaculture happening down there. Yeah, shrimp farms. Oop, what's that? What's this? Beach Bantoot. Look at that. Pretty. I bet that water feels amazing too, even though it probably smells like ocean. Like smelly ocean. Little crab. Yeah, I bet that water feels nice. But man, you know the worst thing is when you get out of the ocean and you step in the sand and then like every single particle of sand in the world is stuck to your feet. Look at this oasis. Does it say big fat oasis? It sure does. I wish there was a picture of it. The big fat oasis. Looks like there's nothing there, dude. Like most of this place. There's Kaluf Beach. This is one of those things, like, once you see a beach, you see them all. Like, that is really pretty and all. But how many times can I show you the sand and the water, right? We're gonna find these caves. Oop, we did it. We have found the cave. Feels like a mermaid would live here, right? Very pretty. I love it. Oh, look at the seashells. It reminds me, how bad is this? It reminds me of that part in the beginning of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. When you find, whichever version you're playing, you find your dragon friend under the cave in the rocks. That's what it looks like. It looks like you'd find a legendary Pokemon here. I'm sorry this video is so unhinged. If you're new here, I promise I'm not normally like this. I just have nothing to talk about with this area. It's just sand and rocks. And rocks and sand. We can look at the capital city. If I remember where it is, let me zoom out. Here we go. This is Haima, the capital of the region. Look at that. Oh, we gotta look at the sanctuary, duh. Hello. I got too excited showing you the beach. But yeah, this city is also like not much to show off about. You can buy some phone cases, fill up on gas, see the desert. Let's see. Yeah, it's like teeny tiny, and this is the major city of the region, right? It looks pathetically small, but this is like the major metropolitan area of the region. So yeah, let's find the sanctuary. Arabian Oryx Sanctuary. It's very tiny. I can't find it from above. Now, Arabian oryxes, to me, are some goofy-looking goobers. I think they are adorable. Look at these funny friends. They got their skinny jeans on. They got sweet old goofy faces. And then you've got these big old horns, which is one of the reasons they're so endangered. A lot of people would hunt them for these cool, big, long, pointy horns. People would bring a horn back to like Europe and be like, this is proof that unicorns are real. I have a unicorn horn. So they're very, very endangered, but many countries in this area, the Emirates, oh, there's a bustard, another endangered animal that lives here. I think Bahrain too, Qatar, Kuwait, I think, most likely Saudi Arabia, and put it past them, have oryx conservation areas to protect these animals, because we need goofy animals in the world. There's ostrich, little deer, little it looks like a mountain lion or a what are they called? It's on the tip of my tongue when they have the little tufts on their ears. a desert cat whose name escapes me at the moment. I'll remember it as soon as I hit stop on my phone that I'm recording on, for sure. Some looks like mountain goats. Oh, they're having a big clash there. A painted dog, maybe a hyena. I'm not sure. I can never tell the difference. They look exactly the same to me. There's like a pure white oryx. Oh, I've never seen one before. Little fennec foxes, also very goofy looking animals. Their ears are way too big. That's sweet, pretty picture. But yeah, pretty interesting that it's no longer a UNESCO site. It was, and now it is not. But you can go there and see the oryx. Pretty amazing. And yeah, that's what it looks like from above. Like, good luck finding that without any help on Google Earth. It's in the middle of nowhere. But according to my big map, it's pretty much like this whole region, right? Is a conserved area for the oryx. But anyway, that's about all that I have to show you tonight. I wish there were some more cool things to show you. But there is just nothing here in this region to show you. But if you stick around, make sure you're subscribed, because the next place we are going to is the United States. That's right. We are finally leaving the Arab world. We're saying goodbye to the Arabian Peninsula for now, saying goodbye to the Middle East, saying goodbye to Northern Africa, and heading off to the other side of the globe to explore the United States. So be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. I do hope that you found this video relaxing and maybe a little educational. I certainly hope so. I hope you learned something cool. And I hope that you have a good